Hey guys, welcome back to Credit Developers. And today we're going to be talking about CFPB, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, and how to file a dispute. Basically, just a way of disputing a derogatory or a closed account that keeps on coming back, even reinstated accounts or re-verified accounts. And you're going to go ahead and file a dispute after your first round of letter if it does come back. Um, and this is basically how you're going to go ahead and file a dispute. Consumer Financial Protection Bureau works really well, so I highly do recommend it for people that don't have the money for a credit repair company or for people that have the time, because honestly, this is very time consuming. It can take months, right? How do I even, make an account, right? Because you do have to create an account, and the account is going to make sure you're going to use that email and you have that email because they're going to send you like a code. So you're going to do submit a complaint, and basically, you're gonna do start a new complaint down here, okay, once you press that. And they're gonna send you a code in your email, so make sure you have access to that email. And we're just gonna go ahead and do just a fake little name here. So we're gonna go ahead and put Elena, and we're gonna put Acaron, Elena Acaron. And we're gonna go ahead put an email. It's gonna ask you describe what happened, and we'll send your comments to the companies involved. So guys, make sure to stay tuned in this video longer if you want to see exactly what I paste on the CFPB reports. So now that you are in here, created your account, verified the code that they give you, you're gonna go ahead and submit a new complaint. Okay. And then they're gonna ask you, what is this complaint about? So a lot of times when you submit a complaint, it's going to be because of something specific, right? Either, right here they give you the options: credit cards, checking, savings account, credit reporting. Um, we're gonna just do the regular. A lot of people, have the credit card debt. So we're gonna put credit card, and then they're gonna ask you what kind of card. You can do a regular credit card, or you can do a store credit card. A store credit card would be like Macy's, and usually moms have that. Target, whatever store credit card, Victoria's Secret. But usually people have like a Capital One, American Express, Capital One, Amex, or Discover. Depends on what you're disputing. So a lot of times also I want to teach you guys how to read your report. So how to read your report, basically you're gonna have to go to Identity IQ, and I do have the link on my pages. So you're going to go to Identity IQ, you're going to create an account with Identity IQ, and you're going to read your report. Now, if you have inaccurate information, if you make an account with Identity IQ, you're going to read your report, and it's going to say date issued or date opened. Now, if it has different dates in every bureau, that means they have inaccurate information. If the payment date is last, if the payment date doesn't make sense, like let's say Transunion, it says June, but then in Experian, it says April. That's inaccurate information, because how in the world are they getting the last payment date on two different months? So you want to just make sure that, everything like this, you can sue the creditors for these type of issues. Now you're gonna press next once you go ahead and fill the first part out. I'm gonna ask you, what type of problems are you having? So the first one is getting a credit card. Problems during application process. So this just basically means like when someone might be doing fraud, or sometimes you have inaccurate information. Make sure that you're updating your accurate information. Remember, guys, credit is so many different diversities. So you want to make sure that you try to have everything on track and order. And it's kind of crazy how that we get billed so many different things tends to happen, where we get confused, we don't understand these laws. So I'm trying to teach you guys really how to file the complaint correctly. I recommend you choosing problem with credit report or credit score, because this is the reason you're here, is because your credit score is probably inaccurate. Just like 78% of consumers, it's inaccurate because they just have inaccurate information. So you want to go ahead and put this one, and then what best describes your problem. So it's inaccurate information on your report. This means that the date it was open, like I said, or the billing issue where, the date of last payment. So if this is a closed account and the billing issue is having these problems. Also, people come to me as well, and they have like a credit card that's like 7 years old, and it's a closed account and it still hasn't came off. Don't think just because you have an old credit card that hasn't been paid, it's going to come up. Sometimes you actually have to dispute it and call the bureaus and do all these extra steps for them to actually take that collection off. And then, which best describes what happened, information belongs to someone else, identity theft. I highly recommend that you put whatever you feel like is more accurate to your situation. The more accurate to your situation, the better it is for your case. I recommend maybe saying old information reappears. This is what you're gonna put if something is reinstated and you can actually sue them legally. And so basically the other one is account status incorrect. Showing open accounts as closed, showing delinquent accounts when it's not. That's another one. Um, Also, I highly recommend probably doing identity theft error because when you do identity theft and you really don't understand what account has been opened, the account is more likely to be disputed. Okay, especially like if you really are confused about the date it was open. Remember, like the date is open incorrectly. Okay, if the date is open incorrectly, did someone else try to open that credit card? Is like I said, which best describes what happened. I highly recommend just putting account status incorrect because if you have, like I said, date open is incorrect, that's like a big red flag. If you haven't disputed already, I highly recommend you dispute first and then do the CFPB complaint in the second round. Why? Because the first round, if things don't get disputed, you can legally sue them for money. And the reason is because they know they did something wrong. And if you know your laws, then now you can collect a payment from them. Because at the end of the day, guys, if a company has wrong information on your report and it's affecting your credit score, they are basically denying you from credit because you have bad information. So they're hurting you financially. Now, the reason I say that you should file a first round of letter is because it asks you, have you already tried to fix this problem with the company? I highly recommend you doing the first round of letters so you can say yes on this. And then it's going to ask you, did you request information from the company? Say yes that you did request information from the company because that first round of letter should be like, okay, this company, they have this inaccurate information and whatnot. And then they're going to ask you what information did you request. This is optional, but the more information, the better. It's just up to you. And then it's going to ask you, did the company provide the information? You're going to say no, the company did not provide the information. And then you're going to just press next. A lot of people do charge up to $100 for this information, and I'm giving it to you for free because I want you guys to have a good credit score. And if you guys need help with funding, you guys can contact me as well, and we'll go ahead and give you a big line of credit. What happened? We'll send you the comments. Send your comments to the companies involved. So you want to go ahead and do a law here, and you want to go ahead and just copy the body of this page, right? And you guys can literally just copy this and then paste it. Please remove the following items from your credit report immediately. So the items that you're trying to tell them about. So remember, if it's a mortgage, late payment, or whatever it is, if it's an auto, whatever it is, credit card, make sure that you choose in the beginning, and then you're gonna put it here exactly. Okay. So let's just put like it's capital one or something, and then just put the date it was open as well. So let's pretend the date was open is 11/21/2024. Wow. And then you're gonna press the check mark and they're going to ask you would it be a fair resolution to this issue. I highly recommend if you're doing Experian because they're having that lawsuit right now with the CFPB, you want to go ahead and just put I would like the following accounts deleted from my consumer reports, and I would also like to be redeemed $2,000 for the damages to citizens of Experian and the constant disregard for my rights by Experian. Okay. Now, if you are doing TransUnion, all them, I would just recommend you copying this and just pasting it back here. And then for attaching a file, if you guys would like, you guys can go ahead and just, uh, make make a copy of this, download it as whatever type of file you guys really want. PDF is fine. And then you're gonna go ahead, optional, but I highly recommend you guys put it because like I said, the more information, the better. And then the attachment will be there. And then the third step is company is this complaint about? So you want to go ahead and put, they're going to ask you, do you still want to submit this complaint to the credit card company? You want to say yes, and then put the company name. So if it's TransUnion, you're going to put TransUnion. But remember, guys, you can do as well, like all of them at the same time, Transunion, Experian, Equifax. But I highly recommend if you are just trying to get some money off like Experian, because right now of the lawsuit, just put Experian and then do the other two together, because you just want like to make sure that the second part of it is completed like the right way. So you're gonna go ahead and just put Experian here. Experian is gonna show up. And then when it's information to help the company, you don't have to put the card number, like the account number from your report, unless you really want to. But then it asks, do you want to add a credit reporting company to this complaint? You're gonna put file another company to the complaint. So this is when you can add the TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax all together. You can just keep on doing them all together. Um, but if not, you don't have to. So for example, we can put, let's put TransUnion, and then TransUnion will show up. And then have you already tried to fix this problem with the company? And then you're gonna put yes. And then this is optional. We need this information to help the company find you in their system and respond to your complaint. So security, last four, date of birth. I highly recommend you actually like do all this, because they're gonna know like it's you. It matters the way you read your credit report. So for example, if you have a Capital One credit card, but it only shows as derogatory and TransUnion and Experian, but not on Equifax, you can't necessarily put it here on Equifax, because then you're putting inaccurate information on your credit report. And I hope that makes sense. Also, first round, you want to actually put, have you already tried to fix this problem with this company? You're going to put yes if you already disputed the first round. If you have not done the first round, then you're going to put no, because you really have not tried to dispute it. But we're gonna put yes, and then it's gonna ask you to request information from the company. We're gonna put yes, and then it's gonna ask you, did the company provide information? You're gonna put, if the company did not really provide anything, no disputes, you're gonna say no. Okay, then make sure that you put your social security, your date of birth, and all these things. Like I said, this does help. And then, did you want to complain about another company? No. So because it's not gonna let you, because I have to put, so you're gonna just put 5531, and then you're gonna put January 15, 2005. And then name appears, you're gonna put your name, right? And then you're gonna put next. You want to make sure everything does match. This is just for the sake of the video. And then finally, the fifth round, which is the most exciting round because this is time consuming. Who are you submitting this complaint for? Oh, and it's gonna ask you, who are you submitting this complaint for? And always put yourself, guys. And then it's gonna ask you for your address, your zip code, and make sure you do all this. And then you can describe yourself as well. You don't really have to do that. It's optional. And then you're gonna just go ahead, review, and then you're gonna submit everything, okay? Once everything is submitted, you should be done with the complaint. Guys, if you guys don't wanna go ahead and do this yourself because it's time consuming, or you really don't understand and don't wanna go through the hassle, go ahead and contact Credit Developers, aka as Corporate Developers. We help you fund your business, scale your business with business funding, and help you restore that bad credit. Bye, thank you guys for watching.